Peace, peace, peace. Cyclone is here, Verbal Vortex. This is episode number 2. And we are graced by, if you don't mind saying your name for the peoples.
Of course I don't mind, my broski. Big cakes, yours truly, Mr. Kipling.
Yeah.
You already know, origami, spokesperson. Yeah, big up.
You know what, let's start off with that. Could you explain to the people, what is the meaning of origami?
It was a brilliant concept, I think, that hit me one day and I just ran with it. I never left it alone. So what it was, yeah, as you know, well, if you don't know, or as you might know, I was affiliated with the People's Army when it first started. You know? When we started that, what I noticed quickly was there was too many ideas sometimes, too many angles, too many opinions. I mean, it was good still, but sometimes in any one room, I'd find myself needing to make my opinion clear.
Okay.
About how I was how I felt about certain things. Okay. Now, I don't even think anyone noticed this, but what it was like, I'd be at some rap shows sometimes, and I'd hear people dissing money.
Right.
And I'd be like, yo, I don't know about you, but I need to get my paper.
I need that shit.
I need to get my paper, yeah. I mean, need might be a strong word, but I know what I want to do with my paper.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so, as you know, origami is like a Japanese art of folding paper. On the street, paper being money. If you like, origami is like Japanese art of construction with paper. So if you like, on the street, origami is being constructive with your paper. And that was the motto of my thing, yeah? So it was like, yo, I'm repping origami. I'm gonna get some money and I'm gonna be constructive with my paper, okay?
Yeah.
And that's how that was born. Do you know what I mean? That's and I reference the People's Army because that's why at the time I spelt the origami with an army, like ARMY.
Right,
you know what I mean? Because that's what I was going with, and I was repping People's Army and origami, but I wanted to make things clear that hey, I don't know what you might have heard or what you might be thinking, but round there, I'm trying to get some money, cuz. You know what I'm trying to say, and do something with it. You know what I mean? So that was that mentality, but yeah, I took it and ran with it, bro, because you got to be constructive with your paper out here.
No, and for real, man,
You
and
know?
I think that's a dope concept still. Because I've always noticed you putting that up, but I've never asked you the question about what's that about, and as you've broken it down, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, we got I mean, the society we live in, yeah, they want you to consume.
Yeah.
And when I started the whole origami thing, it put me on a journey. Not to say, look, listen, you can't take your money to the grave, you know. So you best spend your money. But they want us to just be dumb.
Yeah.
And consume, and that's how they stay on top. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes we gotta invest rather than, do you know what I mean? Because it's construct. Sometimes you gotta invest in your children and your people and your peers and your life, your education, rather than just blow the bag.
Flossing and
you know what I'm trying to say to you. So that's what that journey took me on, and I obviously translated musically. Yeah, translated. But I've always been like that. I've always thought like that, because I remember one time Global Faction Abdul said to me, even before all of that origami, he said to me, Cakes, I've noticed that a lot of your lyrics deal with money and the issues that people face within it. Like, you're not afraid to tackle with where certain people talk like money ain't a thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, man, we finna get some money and put that to good use. You get me?
Definitely. Can you tell us about your journey into the world of hip hop and how you first got started in the music industry?
This one is simple, man. Big up my dad, Manix. The original. My dad was a DJ in Nigeria still. Big one at the time, DJ Manix. had a had a record shop called Tower Records, like the one in England.
Mad.
Some bootleg version in Lagos. You get me? But it was popping still. So at the time, if you had travelled or were familiar with overseas and you'd come to the Nigeria, or you're from Nigeria, his version was like, you know, the Chinese version.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. So what it was, they used to play quite a few parties, still nightclubs, but obviously I was too young to get involved in that, and birthday parties and that sort of stuff. Cut a long story short, my bedroom when I was a kid, because I was the only kid for like good 7 years. 7 years, for about 7 years before my brother came along. Now, I used to get to sleep in whatever room I wanted in the house, but my actual bedroom was what my dad's turned into his DJ equipment room. So on the wall is records, over there's the decks and the mixers and the large speakers and all the stuff they take to the parties and the equipment. But growing up in Nige, in them times, you'd have got a hot conk on your head if you messed up one of them needles on the, you know what I mean? Or you messed up one of the tweeters or one of them things. So I always tried to stay clear, or snapped one of the records, do you know what I mean? So I always tried to stay clear, and as I started coming of age, the microphone was the only thing I got to mess about. Testing 1 2 1 2, you know what I mean? I got to, hey, while we're all sorting out, grab the microphone. Now, cut a long story short, bro, because the rest is history. Like maybe about 7, 8 or so, I performed Fresh Prince at my own party. My dad's DJing my birthday party. My brethrens are all there, and I'm miming summertime. Okay. And I remember doing it at a couple other parties as well, whether it be Vanilla Ice or Crisscross. You with me?
Yeah.
DJ Messime, one of my dad's DJ at the time, Messime.
Yeah.
God bless his soul. Still, I heard he passed away quite so many years ago. It touched me still, but he used to gas me because he understood the swag and all that sort of stuff. But my dad's a bit older. But yeah, that's how I got into music, bro. Like music's in my family.
Yeah.
And my uncles also had a music business. My dad's younger brother, so music's always been in the family. And then came to UK and obviously started growing up St. Joseph's in school. Obviously in the playground, kicking some bars. The man them are like, nah, Cakes, you're fire, my G. You know what I mean? And ever since then, yeah, you know what I mean? Got out of school, started rapping with some of the man them as well, started a group. But, I mean, you know, people transition and people change or whatever. But I've always loved hip-hop, bro. I've never, I remember them times people used to spit to garage and jungle and it just sounded weird to me. Although I spat in a UK accent, all that tempo and it just sounded super weird to me. When grime came out, it sounded super weird to me. Yeah, I've just always been a hip hop don, but I mean, I say that with a bit of salt because I mean, looking back now, I probably could have jumped on some. I probably could have worked hard and focused and got involved a bit more because they turned out to be bigger than I ever thought they were gonna be. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Do you know what is interesting? Because that's something I've never asked you that, bro. And it's like my inception's quite similar to yours because my dad was a soundsman and he collected records and all of that stuff. So, and I remember he's the one that made me start to think, right, you can put words together because he was doing a thing called toasting, which we call freestyling. And that used to blow my mind. I used to be like, how the Ras is he talking about everything in this room? And that's what kind of gave me my inception. So that's what, that's interesting.
Now, big up your dad still. Them old school DJs and MCs were legends still. They didn't even know what they was doing, all in the name of just having a party.
Yeah.
You with me? Because there was no records like how we got records of things now. Does that make sense? They were just mashing up the parties wherever was there, and then
they was just doing
it. Yeah, it's deep.
Yeah. What drives your passion for hip hop, and how has the genre influenced your life and career?
That's a good question, bro. What drives my passion? It's a bit of a, I don't know what the English word to describe this feeling would be, but it's a bit of I get motivated by a lot of the bullshit that's out there, you know, bro. Right. I actually listen to a lot of the bullshit that's out there. Like if I'm driving my car, there's some tunes I actually like. but I know they're bullshit.
What is that like if you was listening to Capital One Extra or something like that?
No, like songs up on my actual playlist.
Okay.
Like, I've actually got some tunes on my playlist from artists. And I enjoy the tunes, I like the tunes.
Right.
However, I feel like some of the content they're talking about is garbage. It's nuts.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's odd because it's alright. Bro, when we was growing up, we used to listen to Mobb Deep and all them sort of things.
Right.
My uncles and the elders there used to say, this shit's the reason why you lot are fucking like knuckleheads and stuff.
Yeah.
But I couldn't really, do you know what I mean? And I loved it and enjoyed it. Huh? So what I'm trying to say is like, I'm a bit older now. What actually motivates me is like, bro, you know you gotta say something. And you gotta find a way to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was just the love, bro. I said in one of my songs, I ain't never sent a record to a label. I never sent a demo to a label. F them.
Yeah.
There was times where I know how dope I am, fam. I know I'm gonna come tear up the stage. And that's all I was doing it for the love, for the recognition, for raw cakes. Is that you, my bro? Yeah. I heard your new thing. It was always about, and then after a while I started progressing. Some part of it was for the legacy, because I was thinking, yeah, you want to add to that discography. You wanna, do you know what I mean? But it's always been passion, bro. So now I'm at the stage where I might not feel a certain urge to release or go studio or whatever, but every so often I'll be like, nah, you know you gotta jump on something. You know you gotta give an opinion about. So I think it's the love and the whole journey of everything and where we've got to that still keeps me going. But yeah, I love hip hop, bro. Dope shit.
You just mentioned something about you being on stage and all of that, and this is just something that just popped into my head. I'm just going to react to what you're saying. One thing that me, I don't front, I always keep it real. And one thing I noticed, out of a lot of people that I know, you've got a really strong stage presence, bro. Where does that come from? Because I know a lot of people, like even if they're dope spitters, they don't come out of their shell. They just kind of stay boxed and spitting.
I believe in me, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I believe in God, bro. I don't know what it is, but I tell you this though, it might be my super strength still, because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I've motioned it, like even like let's say I was performing today. Let's say I was performing later on tonight.
Right.
How the day's been, I ain't had no time to rehearse. I might have so much stuff to do before the event.
Yeah.
But I might tell myself, bro, don't worry about it. When you get there, everything's gonna be all right. Now, as I'm getting to the show, I'm thinking, God damn, you know, when you get on stage, you don't want to mess up your lines and blah, blah, blah. I might do a little rehearsal in the car quickly just so I get my bars right or whatever.
Yeah.
And then behind it all, I'm thinking to myself, I notice myself, I get butterflies still.
Right.
I might get a little worried. I might say, ooh, you're a bit. Then I tell myself, yo, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
What's that? I always tell myself that. Guys, what's the worst that could happen? Even if you mash up the whole thing, bless my mum's soul when she was alive, I'm thinking, your mum still love you, bro. You can still chat to your brethren and everyone about how you saw things. So I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? But bro, when I walk on stage, I turn to a different human being. Yeah, I actually, like, so for example, I'll go on stage and I'll have a set course of things to do. Right. But I can go on stage and literally forget it. They need to give me one of them earpieces things and say, no cake, stay on track because you're in the moment now. So, you know when they say you lose yourself on stage? I lose myself on stage. But what I always aim to do is make a connection with the people that I'm talking to. And yeah, sometimes some crowds are harder than others. But it's a mental thing. Like, if I'm losing that one there, I will start addressing them people there. And if I'm like, like so many times I'm on stage, bro, I tell the DJ, lock off the beat. Let me talk to these people. That was my forte. Early times. Early times. Something Cakes. If you've seen Cakes on stage, I'll do my sets and then I'll take a song and I'll just acapella it. Do you know what I mean? So I could get the crowd. Do you know what I mean? So I come alive when I'm on stage. It might just be, and another thing is I got a loud voice, bro, but not loud, but yeah, I could pan my voice still, yeah. And
I would say it's a powerful voice.
It's a powerful voice,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah.
yeah.
It took me. I used to take it for granted, but one day when my son, man like Mickey was younger, we lost him, and he went. You know when kids are just moving around doing too much. He was with his mum. He's gone missing in Westfield.
Okay.
Stratford. His mum's come back to talk about she can't find my son.
Oh wow.
I need to just explode and do a fly kick like I done told you, hold the youth. Yeah? Fam, I've just taken a deep breath. Started shouting my son's name. When I say I watched the whole of Westfield turn around, at first they thought I was nuts. At first it was like, oh, what's that guy shouting and the thing?
Yeah.
And then I took another breath and said, hey, hold on, let me give this to you.
Yeah.
And I called his name and I realized that there. I said, yeah, it might just be, bro, you've actually got technically a strong voice or strong vocal cords or whatever, but yeah, I can't sing, so it ain't nothing to cry about. You know? It's nothing to show off of. If I could harmonize like Usher and them men there, yeah, it would be peak for some of you guys. But yeah,
How do you define your unique style and sound in the hip hop landscape?
bro, my style's just me, you know. I've never tried to be anything, and no disrespect to nobody, but like I've never tried to go onto the mic and do anything other than how I sound. Yeah, I don't even rap too fast, bro, because in my head I'm like, I might not pick some of that up.
Right.
Yeah, and then there's sometimes where I can go blah blah blah, but it's like, that's not me, man. Yeah, like my style's just unapologetically cakes, man. Hip hop wise, I've studied hip hop through and through, so I know the different styles and the but what I do focus on and what I do always try and keep on a high level is my flow. Yeah, if you listen to any of my material, yeah, just know it's not a mistake. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that flow thing that I do, yeah, it is something I aim for. What I tend to do sometimes is I don't know, like a lot of songs, I don't know what the song is about. I just find a starting point, and then I just keep flowing, and then all of a sudden a concept will appear to me. I'll be like, oh, that's the concept. Let's move it around that. It's only rarely man will say, okay, let's rap about the sky, or rap about the this, or let's rap about that. And then I would chip away on one specific thing. I like to just start from a roundabout place and just start flowing, and then see where I ebb and flow from still. Yeah.
The name Cakes, where does that come from?
Long short story. Caker was my name in school. I cake man up, punch man up. You know, like, you know, he was in school, you just trying to be a rude boy. I used to tag Havoc, and yeah, I used to tag Havoc back in the day. I used to have another tag, Search. Then I can't even believe my boy is no longer here still. The original, my brethren Mona still. I'm gonna get to that in a second, but yeah, going through secondary school, I used to be a dope tagger still, graffiti, bad boy till today. Letters, bad boy. So go up on the bus, I put my tag on there, Searcher.
Right.
Man, them like Cakes put me on there, and I started tagging Havoc for myself or whatever. And then as I started getting older, that just weren't cool enough. I wanted a name that demanded a little bit more respect, innit? So my name was Caker, as in I'll cake you up. But there was an undernote to that, because man used to bun Bear Crow, fam. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, man's caked.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So there's the underlay to that. So then, you know how if your name's Timothy, people might call you Tims or Tim or whatever.
Right.
They start calling me Cakes, and that's it. Now my brethren. But I'm rapping as well in school, kicking raps and whatever, doing little things or whatever. So one of my brethren, he's passed away now, so sad. Saidu, Mona, My brother, I love you forever, G. God bless your soul still. He's gone to me one day in school. Cakes. Why don't you go under the AKA Mr. Kipling? And he's gone exceedingly good cakes. It was like an explosion. It was like a Tim Westwood explosion in school. Boom. Mad. Mr. Kipling, my bro. That's me. Cakes. Exceedingly good cakes. That's where that whole thing came from.
Right.
Saidu, Mona. And then when we left school, gone college or whatever, you know, them days you might have a name, you might have Cakes, but then the next man will be Younger Cakes because he's your younger or your brother or your brother you're trying to bring in. I was like, you know what, I'm the original Cakes, fam. So any other Cakes is gonna have to be whatever. So I just stuck a big on it, Big Cakes, because I'm in the big world now. I'm a big boy now. And then that was it, Big Cakes. Ran with it for years. It's me, Big Cakes. And then one day I'm just chilling, man. I'm looking at this word Cakes because even how I wrote it originally from time was BIG, small letters, then big letters CAKES. If you look at the logo that I've got, it kind of looks that way. On all my albums. And Bridget Tober made me that logo back in the day. But one day I'm staring at it and it's appeared to me. I'm like, right, CA, that's my initials. My middle and my last name, or my family name, they call me. My mother's name's K, starts with K. So it was like C.A. Cossa's eldest son.
Mad.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
That's mad.
Crazy. So the name just revealed itself to me one day. And then it was like, and remember, this is all after I've been on stage and for years and saying, what's a party without no cake? Big Cakes, Mr. Kipling, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even know that CAKES was Chooks Pappenham Cossa's eldest son. Do you know what I mean? And anyone knows how I feel about my mummy. Yeah. One of the greatest people I've ever dealt with in my whole life. And it's not because she's my mum. It's just, I mean that. Genuine shit, man. Serious. Bless her soul, God. But what it was is, just for me to have her name in my name and her type, like, for me to say I can't, come on. Big Cakes, you know.
Bro, even just hearing that just put a whole new spin on what the name means. Yeah.
And then I remember there was a time where I've been going under this name Cakes for about over 23 years now. Over 25 years now.
Right.
Yeah. Cakes, yeah. And then let's say about 10 years after of going into it, of being called Cakes, I'm hearing little silly jibes about in America Cakes. Like after about 10 years of owning the name, I'm hearing jibes, silly little jokes about Big Cakes in America means something. Like, shut the hell up. Do you know who I am, cuz? Do you think man worries about any of that? Yeah, no one cares. Like, there's only one Cakes, isn't it? Like Big Cakes.
I want to ask you something. Did your mum ever get to know that how you just broke down the name?
I told her, yeah.
How does she feel about that?
My mum was very proud of me. Bro, listen, let me tell you something. I, like, when she passed away, I had a iPhone. That I got a new iPhone.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. My WhatsApp messages never.
They stayed in it.
They just disappeared. They stayed in the off. I never backed them up. I just did a madness. But sometimes I wish I could go back to that old iPhone and somehow retrieve them messages. Yeah. One of the best things my mum ever did for me was tell me how she felt about me. Gang shit, bro. Call me up and tell me, yo, my son, I am proud, I'm pleased. Like, even sometimes me and her used to argue and debate about so much stuff because she's very religious. You know, I come to her and say a couple things and blah, 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 and she'd be like, man, shut the hell up, you're talking about it, you're crazy. And then let's say a few months later, she'd come back and say to me, and she's one of the few people who used to say openly, Kate said this thing, you know. She called me a scientist, you know, like that. Like, so, like, I mean, I do miss her and whatever, but she taught me a lot about human life and people. Gas the real people, gas your people up, man. Not even gas, it ain't okay. Put a battery in your peoples still. Pump your people up still and let them know while you can still. There's a lot of fake people around you.
Definitely. And
they can't help. That's the mathematics of life. You have to have your enemies around you.
That's true.
There's a lot of fake people around you, and
True.
they will struggle to tell you the truth. They will struggle to tell you, to gas you up. They'll be struggle to give you that pack you need still. Because if they feel like it cost them something. Yeah, bless her soul still.
Yeah, man,
I learned a lot from life from that woman still.
Big up Mummy Cakes, man. Rest in peace, Mummy Cakes. Because like I said, I've never knew the insight to the name. So it just makes it different for me now. Just what I'm saying. As a member of People's Army, how has this collective impacted your music and your outlook on social issues?
People's Army was and is such a beautiful thing, man. It's such a powerful thing. Because remember, big up Logic still. Because me and Logic's like my bro still. We clash, we agree, we this, we that, we joke off the cuff. No, you know what I mean? But originally, he had this concept, which still exists, which was one of a union of like-minded individuals. There's no rules. You just link up and then you just do blah blah blah. Excuse me. Now, you see how the original Wu-Tang members were compared to the whole. Because remember, when Wu-Tang came up, when I was growing up, there was offshoot Wu-Tang members.
Right, yes.
That had nothing to Wu Syndicate.
Yeah.
Killer Priest. That weren't members of the 9 original. Now, real early in People's Army, and some people probably don't even know this, and I'm not saying it like there's no claim to fame about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm big in Logic up still. Yeah? Like, real early, Logic was like, everybody just link up, and it doesn't matter if there's 2,000 people and 2,000 opinions. We just get the shit going. But I just thought, how the flip does that work, man? You're gonna have to get a certain direction, or you're gonna have to get a certain crew, or a certain mob, and like you're gonna have to set certain groups if you like. Okay? And I was wrong. Yeah, and I was wrong still, because what it is, what I realized is, from his method, I don't know if I'm going off cuff a little bit, but I'm still trying to answer the question. What I realized, what Logic was trying to tell me at the time was, there's no control. It's just people linking up and just seeing how things go still. Bro, don't ever get into a group where you can't speak your mind, because People's Army doesn't influence how I think about anything. It's just, we're just individuals. Like we're people who don't like the state of whatever it is. So man wanna go bang at the system. Whether it be musically, whether it be visually, whether it be by art. Do you know what I mean? So, but everyone's still got their original opinion, everyone's, so, I mean, kudos to that original point. I know I've waffled a little bit, but I'm trying to answer the question with sense. What it is it doesn't influence nothing, bro. Okay. Yeah, you just got to be yourself still. And what I don't want to hear is like people not being their true self because they were down with this collective, or down with just. We're here for a reason. We're here because we see what's going on over there. Now, your contribution, Cakes' angle on hip hop ain't got no take on it, or vice versa. Yeah, so I would love for everyone to retain their identity at all times. Still, yeah, that don't influence how I see or think. I mean, there's been times where there might be a certain topic for the day,
Yeah.
If you don't agree with everyone's view on it, why are you going to take... How is that gonna... Furthermore, let everyone know what you're thinking. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I had to revert to that original thing, which is like, you know what? It was always a group of individuals who saw things a certain way, but that don't mean you got to see things a certain way. Everyone's got their opinion, man.
What role do you believe hip hop plays in addressing social and political issues in today's society?
It's always played the same role, man. Hip hop is there to say things as it is. Okay, that's what hip hop represents. It's not, we're not going nowhere. Even if you change the tempo and you change the artist and you change the messenger or whatever, even the actual tempo, bro. The tempo is one so you can absorb the words that is being said. It's like I'm speaking to you. I can speed it up a little bit, slow it down a little bit, but let's not go too far. If you slow it down too much, it's not hip hop no more. We're singing.
Yeah.
And you know, hip hop is message music, bro. That's why it's so influential when they want to use it to market nonsense to us. When they're trying to get you to dress like some of these little donuts out here. It's so powerful. When they're trying to get you to wear all the... Kanye, I don't want no smoke. I'm just saying it for what it is. Do you know what I mean? But when they're trying to get you to influence clothes and wear certain things, it's so powerful, bro.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, that's because hip-hop is powerful, bro. There's no two ways about it still.
That's right.
It's very powerful. So, what's the question again?
The question is, like... What role do you believe hip hop plays in addressing social and political issues in today's society?
Art, for me, I don't know how people see this, but you see the word art. You know when they say thou art?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You know, you are or thou
Brilliant,
art.
thou is.
Yeah.
It's like thou is.
Yeah.
So now check it. I can't say that thou art. I can't say art. And it's not what it is. Does that make sense? That's how I see the word art.
Okay.
Like, thou art. Like, thou is.
Yes.
Thou art over there. I'm here. Like, I can't say thou art here and I'm in fucking over there.
Yeah.
I'm not there, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not here. Yeah. So for me, art is like, what is. Now, we can't be experiencing a hard time and someone goes in and paints a lie of a happy time. Now check it. It might be artistic, but that picture's a lie. When people come back and look at the times, that's just a figment of the person's imagination.
Okay.
Let's call it abstract art then. But for me, artists are people. When they painted the things, we can look at the pictures over there and say, rah, we weren't there 5,000 years ago, but this perhaps is what it looked like at the time. Yeah. So we're recorders. We're supposed to be saying things as it is. Of course, the artist has got his opinion, and that's what makes it artistic, isn't it? Yeah, you're gonna slap on your own opinion and blah blah blah. But what quickly happens is we can see where sometimes you can see where people's opinion are influenced by the machine, or you can see where people's opinion are really influenced by their spirit, and that's what makes the soul of the art. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like without going too weird and deep and shit, I think hip hop is so powerful because rappers just go into the studio on a beat that all our brains can understand, on a tempo that and they go on and say what it is. Now, what happens real quickly, we can see the fake artists that are pushing certain things and are just working for certain agendas. We can see it. Do you know what I mean? The kids, unfortunately, might not be able to identify it so well because they lack life experience. Yeah, but we can see it. But at the end of the day, even an unknown hip-hop artist no one's heard about can come out tomorrow, say some real ish, and we go and give him the microphone to say some more. Yeah, man, I love hip-hop, bro. Very powerful music. Potentially could change the whole world, man.
How do you see the evolution of hip-hop culture and its impact on mainstream music over the years?
That's a loaded question, my bro. I think black people are really cool, man. I don't want to make it about race, okay? But black people are kind of cool, man. Cool cats. They be doing a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
You know? And hip hop is just... Let me think about this. Like, what's the question again? So I don't stray.
How do you see the evolution of hip hop culture and its impact on mainstream music over the years?
Brilliant. So, I think as much as... I think we all influence one another. Okay, it's not just hip hop, but I think we take for granted how influential we actually are. It's like, let's just say, let's go back to when we was kids in the school.
Yeah.
You see, there was one kid, he's not the smartest kid in the school, in the class. He's not from the nicest, he's not from the most well-off background or whatever. But he's cool, man. All the other kids like him, man. When he does little things and whatever, they all warm to him. And they just appreciate him for what he does. I feel like that's hip-hop still. I feel like you can pretend and act like it's not what it is. But yeah, it's really influential. The kids like it. The world likes it. You can market it. And I think that's why there's a lot of culture vultures, dare I use the phrase, because the companies know how influential and how powerful it is. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And they know if they can grab the artists and the whole cogs like early, they can kind of, you know what I mean? But hip hop is very powerful, bro. Very influential. Very influential. I won't even waffle, but yeah, very influential.
Can you share a memorable experience or moment from your time with the People's Army?
Yeah, probably loads, man. Probably loads. I don't know off the cuff of my head. Probably loads. Good and bad. Do you know what I mean? Probably loads. I remember when I probably won't say, but I remember the Frank incident in Brixton Jam time ago. That was a learning curve. I mean, I don't like. I love my brothers, them. Do you know what I mean? But it was a learning curve in terms of watching how people react and comment, and how the comment section and how people's opinions can influence things, and you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That was a good learning curve for me. Still, it was a good learning curve for me, in the sense that like, there's going to be 100,000 comments plus one. At no point do you even have to care about any of these comments. At no point. For real. At no point. Still, it was a good learning curve for me in terms of how when you're trying to do a good thing, when people are trying to do a good thing, how certain forces can turn it around, you know what I mean? But, I mean, on a positive note, bro, I remember a lot of good shit, man. A lot of good shit. Like, People's Army, we had so much shows. Big up Snuff, Logic, Amy. Like, there's so many of us. Like, I'll be leaving. There was a time where we used to have shows in Jam. Jam was packed. Mud. And then afterwards, we weren't even doing nothing in Jam. We've gone Jam and there's a show going on. And then I'm thinking to myself, this show ain't even as packed as one of the ones do you know what I mean? And it was a good night. Yeah. But yeah, People's Army was very powerful. But you know what it is? it's hard when you're trying to do something positive, bro. It's hard. There's a lot of energies that will work. Even some of them self-sabotaging. Like we do this to ourselves, like, you know. So there's a lot of but yeah, People's Album is fucking amazing, man. Dope. Still going.
Yeah.
Still going. Yeah, of course.
Dopeness. What are some of the challenges that you have faced as an independent artist in hip hop industry, and how have you overcame them?
A lot of challenges independent artists face is I know a lot of independent artists face is like standing out. Okay, I got one tune. I can't remember what the fucking tune's called. It's nuts. I know the thing just skips my brain, but everyone, if you know Cakes, you should know the tune. When I go, I ain't paying no DJs to play me, yo, so I rate every real DJ that plays me, yo. Though hip hop is a hobby, rapping is a habit. Spat the words that I wrote, they calling it a classic. Dorky, tune's cool, yeah. Now, I say that because, bro, this is the music industry, isn't it? So there's been times where I've had, I remember many years ago, man, I was paying PR company, like, and then they were sending a pack to the magazines, to the radios, to this and to that. Like, there's it's the music industry on one side, and on the other side there you got artists who unfortunately do not like the way the system works, but they still have to work within the system.
Yeah.
Okay? It's somewhat discouraging, it's somewhat hard when you've got to play the game, knowing that you don't want to play the game. My best advice to anybody, what's the question again, so I don't stray? I want to link it up to exactly what you asked me.
What are some of the challenges you have faced as an independent artist in hip hop industry?
Brilliant. So
and how
check
you
it.
overcome them?
Check it. I know there are artists like me that say, man, I ain't paying fucking with all them companies and all that sort of stuff or whatever, yeah. That's cool. But what it is, them companies are gonna get you the numbers you're looking for. And you ain't gonna mess with them. You ain't really gonna mess with them. But if you're not gonna mess with them, you either gotta, one, accept the numbers you've got, or two, go and do the necessary work to improve your numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I just accept the numbers I got, bro. Yeah, I'm blessed. How about this? Check this. The less people know me, the more chance I have of more people finding out about me the next day. And if that's the case, if I have the more chances of people discovering me, and I own everything I own, I feel good about that. I don't know about anybody else.
I feel that.
If I have 10 followers now, but potentially at the end of the month I could have 100, and all the money comes to me, I'd rather have 10 followers now. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So it's just know the game you're in and know what you wanna play. Don't go into the industry hating the industry. But some people go into a record label, sell their fucking nuts and everything, and then when they get peanuts for it, they start complaining about how the record label, like, bruv, we told you about this.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? We tried to tell you about this. So the industry is fuckery, but just know what you want and know what you're trying to get still. Bro, I've always kept it true. I don't want nothing from these pagans, man. I'm cool. We cool over here, B. What is wrong with you?
What do you hope that your listeners take away from your music, especially in relation to the messages that you convey through your lyrics?
All praises must go to the Most High. No corniness, I'm just being real still. If you listen to a lot of my music, you'll see that sort of you'll get it. It's it's to pump you up. It's to make you believe you can do it. It's to inspire you. It's to blah blah blah. However, I'm not talking from like I'm a celebrity or like I'm special or something. All praises goes to God, man. You know, so exceedingly good cakes, man. Seriously, I stand by that. I want us. Well, no one's perfect, but I want us while we can to change things for the better, bro. Yeah, like while we can change things for the better. I mean, we're adults now, and sometimes we'll give opinion and say, "Oh bloody hell, the way these youths are moving, the way things are going," and I'm going to consciously pour petrol on that. I mean, it's one thing standing back and standing out the way because you can't do nothing about it. Yeah, but I ain't gonna pour petrol on it. I'm gonna pour sand on it. Because I don't want the whole thing to go up in flames, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm saying we have to keep working for the future.
That's right.
Yeah, we have to think about the youths and think about what we can do and the next generation. You know what I mean? As I started this gardening thing, it makes it more in my face every single day because you have to, you know, you're not gonna get a pepper off the tree today. You had to sow a seed.
That's right.
16 weeks earlier, and care for it all along the way. So, yeah, man.
Looking towards the future, what are your plans and aspirations for your music career?
Bro, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. Like right now, music's not been my priority. I'm 41. Spent the last 20-something odd years of my life, regardless of what I was doing, calling myself an artist.
Right.
I'm still an artist. I never change. You know what I mean? But bro, I'm enjoying gardening. A lot of my songs are talking about my gardening and stuff. I need to start doing the stuff I enjoy.
That's right.
41. I got 2 kids. Bless my beautiful children. Feel me? My youngest, my son's like coming up to 12. You feel me? So, like, time goes so fast, bro. And then even between that, there's things like, so for example, I realized over the last few years, bloody hell, bro, man needs to travel a bit more. Right? You need to go a bit more places. Do you know what I mean? So, and then obviously you gotta find the time and the funds and the finances and the arrange. Yeah, I mean, to make all the things. Yeah, so if I told you music was my main priority right now, I'd be lying. But I love music so much, and my catalogue speaks for itself, bro. Got like 10 albums out there.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like 7 odd mixtapes out there. Like I said, I've got people, because over the last decade and a half, if you like, I haven't been paying PR companies to do my promotion. I've got people today that if I stood on the road just there and said, they see me every day, but I said, Rod, do you know what, you ain't heard my album? They say, Rod Kicks, what, you make music? And I say, yeah, you didn't know.
Yeah.
And then secretly they've got homework, 10 years homework to go check. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. So I've got to double down and build on what I've already done anyway, let alone, but at the same time, you know, time waits for no man. So like, it's 2021, I'll be saying I want to double down on the other thing, but that stuff's getting old, it's collecting dust. You need to drop. Yeah, so I'm still releasing, bro. I'm still doing stuff, I'm still active, but I'd be lying to you if I said a lot. Like, bruv, you see, like all this battling that's going on with flipping Kendrick and Drake and all these American artists or whatever, yeah. I laugh to myself sometimes. I say, Karate Case, if someone diss you, can you take time out tonight up until the day after and write a battle track for this brother? Fam, I ain't got no time for that shit. The fans will be dissing me. The fans will be saying, he's taking so long to respond. These times, I gotta go jogging. I gotta go. You know, I'm not trying to worry about my shit.
Man's got things to do.
I've got things to do, cuz I gotta go work. I gotta go into the garden. Gotta bun the little zubi and sober up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna throw everything all out the woodwork, all out the fucking plan, and then I start writing a diss record. So I actually rate some of these, man, still for their like drive and dedication. But man, bro, this is a word I say to all my real fans and supporters. Make sure you enjoy and double check the things I've put out there already, because it's there for your listening pleasure.
Yeah.
And bear with me till I drop the next thing. But yeah, you know, yearly, every year I drop something. Every single year I drop something if I can help it.
I remember a little bit ago you was mentioning that, you know, People's Army's still there, People's Army's still strong, basically. And how do you envision the role of People's Army like evolving in the coming years?
Bro, look, People's Army, again, I have to refer back to this thing that Logic said. At the time, I didn't really see it, but I get it. It's just, it's I don't even have to be here. There's some other lot over there that are repping People's Army that have not even linked me, that are going to do more works than we've ever done. Yeah, I have no, like, yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, it's bigger than me. The idea, it's just, remember, we didn't coin this phrase, bro. People's Army is an American thing that we took the concept of, literally took the same name and brought over here.
Right.
Yeah, you know, it's an army for the people, by the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and then I tried to suggest making a little cartel.
Yeah, right.
No, it's just for the people, man. Yeah, it's bigger than all of that, you know? Bigger than all of that.
Are there any specific collaborations or projects that you're particularly excited about working on in the near future?
I'm excited about all my collaborations. I don't collaborate a lot. I don't collaborate near enough as much as I need to. And I'll tell you the honest truth, yeah. I'm one of these people, I can just get on with what I need to do. Okay, like, there's been times where I've got a tune and I think of an artist. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this person on there. I've hollered at them. I know what I'm like, so I can understand what they're like. But they've longed out the whole thing. They're going to send me the thing and and I ask myself, why do I even fucking need you on there? If you ain't even hollering at me, and why do I even need all this headache? You know, that's the kind of stuff I think personally. But sometimes I think to myself, stop. You know, when you get this thing on there, it's going to be blah, 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 blah. However, by default, I can just naturally lock myself on my program and just bang shit out until I say to myself, no, you definitely have to get this here. However, when I look back, I know that I could collaborate a lot more. I'm never really excited about more than in any normal. Bro, I'm excited about everything. I'm excited about them plants that I'm excited about that. Yeah, you see me on my Instagram hugging a tree. I'm just excited. I love it. Yeah, but it's like everything's by the grace of God, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So a few features I got in the pipeline that I've spoken to, that we've got definitely work. There's a couple tunes I've even got features on I haven't even released. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm definitely excited, but it is what it is, man. We just give thanks said way, you know. I can't even say much more than that still. What I do try and work on a feature is make sure, where I do come alive on features is when people shout me for features. Yeah, I love that still. Especially when I've agreed mentally or spiritually, like, we need to do a tune with Cakes, you need to link with it. Like, yeah, once I've agreed mentally that I know I'm gonna, I just look forward to, one, killing the track. And then two, just like that whole complementariness of it. You might have a concept and here's what I brought to it. And then as time would tell, you appreciate that, so that's just what I'm about, man.
In your opinion, what is the most important aspect of hip-hop culture that up-and-coming artists should embrace and uphold?
Whatever jumps at them, man. Yeah, whatever jumps at them. Follow your heart. Stop pandering to the masses. If you're a hip-hop artist and I don't know, you just woke up in the morning and you just saw this vision of graffiti gonna change the world, and you know graffiti is one of the 5 elements, but your mates are saying, oh no one ain't really gonna focus on that on the show. Just focus your thing on graffiti, man. Fuck it, just follow your heart. Yeah, there's no rules. Just, in fact, sometimes the word hip hop is corny. Just fucking mute. It's like we're too. There's too much information now, bro. There's like a kid out there playing computer all day, and then a beat comes on and he thinks, oh man, I might write some bars. He doesn't know what hip hop is. He doesn't know what the history of he just knows what it is right now. It's like he doesn't know the history of biscuits and the factory and blah blah. He just wants a digestive, bro. And he's gonna change the world with his humble serving of that. I know I'm going a bit too deep, but what I'm trying to say is like, just follow your heart, man. Life's too short, bro. Man can't take none of these accolades to the grave. Out of the dunya. Yeah, so whether it be hip hop or, I don't know, standing on the road and smiling at people just to make a personal connection and make them feel good about what it is they're doing. If that's what's floating your boat, kindly do that, sir.
Yes, I feel that. Lastly, what legacy do you hope to leave behind through your music and your contributions to the hip hop community?
A powerful one, bro. Real talk. Like, I mean, I hope I'm on the way there. Some of the feedback that I get over the journey of life alludes to, gives me the impression that I might just be on the way there. But I want to leave a powerful legacy. I want it to be, you know, like when you listen back, like I don't know enough about reggae music, but I know a little bit. Like you might hear Peter Tosh's name come up. Yeah, but it's not a play. Say, oh, Peter certified. Now some people might have a little opinion about him or whatever, but generally that doesn't go nowhere. Yeah? It's a certified champion. Okay. And there's a lot of artists like that. I want my thing to be like, not like that. I want my thing to be similar to that.
Okay.
Big Cakes. Serious hip hop artist.
Yeah.
He done his thing. Now, there are gonna be some things that are not apparent now. You know, because people are making the wrong comparisons. But I want time to meter it and show that I'm making the right judgment, bro. Like, I'd rather be recognized for Cakes Fire. Certified. In the long run, because I can't take nothing out of the dunya.
Right.
Then for man to say, yeah, pum pum. But he made some money though. But he rich. Yeah, tun, but he's rich still. That man made bare money off of the thing still, but they took bare shit.
Yeah,
yeah, because for him to say, but he's rich, but I've always been rich. I've always been rich, bro. I've born in this life. I don't even remember how I was crying and how I don't even know I'm here. Yeah, we rich, man, still. So that's just my personal opinion. I wanna be recognized for what's good, what's real. Exceedingly good cakes, the highest level quality control. Say, nah, he can. Did you hear what he was spitting and what he was spitting? You know when the elders say, "Right, listen to this brother, because that brother's talking shit." Yeah, yeah, that means something to me. Still, I'm not gonna lie. Now, some people might say, yeah, but what's the point if you don't blah blah blah? But bro, what did they do? These dumb rappers, what do they do with the money they get? They buy a chain. It sounds clanky.
Yeah.
It sounds like my bike chain.
It sounds hollow.
It sounds hollow. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
But even, bro, you got like 12 chains, bro. Is that what you did with your money?
Basically.
You bought a house and a thing, and you're doing it. Like, it's cack, man. Yeah, it's cack still, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So let them do what they're doing, but I'm saying I want to be known for man to say, Nah, man, cakes. OG, one of the yeah. That's what I'm going for still.
I hear you, brother. Respect for your time.
Thank you,
your
bro.
thoughts and your feelings, bro. It's much appreciated.
Thank you, bro.
Yes.
Don't say a word still. I appreciate it.
Oh, before we go, how can they get your socials? How can they stay in tune and in touch with Big Cakes?
Okay. Goddamn. I enjoy using Instagram still. Big Cakes, add me on there. Pretty straightforward, but I'd say just go on Google, because more than contacting me, I've put out a lot of music out there. So if you go on Google and you search Big Cakes music, you're gonna literally buck up on all my discography. But at this current time, I do enjoy using Instagram. If you're on that platform, shout me, check me, follow me, lock in, and yeah. But I know this video is probably still gonna be out there while other platforms do pop up and come out. But yeah, Big Cakes on Google will put you in the right direction, is all I'd say. All right.
Nice one, man.
Thank you.
Peace and love. Peace.